it wasn't for you guys, it wouldn't be possible. I'm not going to hold you guys too long on this live. Look, let me tell you something. These narc awareness coaches, these narcissist awareness coaches are the absolute most bottom feeding people that there is online. They're worse than anybody. They're worse than any other reader. They're worse than anything online. I can't even stand listening to these people talk. Most of the time, all they do is play around with words and try to find a way. Let me tell you something. When you're dealing with somebody and their whole line of work, or if they're a friend of yours and they have this way of trying to make people feel like they're needed, or people that need people to need them, stay away from them, man. Stay away from them. Man, I just had one of these narc awareness coaches pop up my feed, which I never watch them on TikTok, so I blocked her immediately. But she pops up in my feed and she's talking about, they always come up with something new. Like these coaches, they basically try to put you in a box to where you have no choice but to handle a narcissist the way that they want you to, right? So she's talking this goofy talk. I just blocked her. And she's talking this goofy talk about running away from problems. And, you know, she used some anecdotal, you know what I'm saying, information, using herself a little bit, you know. But that's just somebody that's studying and watching people like me and saying you're a hypocrite if you're on here just talking about what everybody else needs to do. But this goofy cornball was talking about, I don't know what her name was Jenny, but I don't know what her little name is on here. I just blocked her ass. But she's talking about, man, you're just running away from your problems if you don't, you know, stand there and face them. And, you know, she's basically trying to tell people that they need to speak to the people they no longer want to speak to, telling you how you should go about healing, how you should go about getting away from somebody, and then have the nerve enough to say it's cowardism. This is wordplay. This is what I speak about when the devil uses that slick tongue, right, to try to wordplay and convince you to do something that goes against your nature and what, you know what I'm saying, you're telling everybody you're going to do. If you decide that some people are trash and you're no longer going to interact with them, you've forgiven them, but they're trash, and you walk away from them, that's your business. If anybody has something to say about that, well, why are you worried about my business? What concern is it of yours? Why are you trying to play devil's advocate when I'm trying to get rid of people that are no good in my life? You got to think about that kind of stuff. Because if you take it upon yourself to get rid of all these wicked, low vibrational, corny goofballs that try to play in your energy, well, a coach is no longer needed. At that point, the coach is no longer needed. See, it's about self-preservation. That coach got to feel, well, if you're cutting off everybody that's doing you wrong and you're finding happiness with people that aren't doing you that way, well, I guess you don't need a coach. I guess I don't. I guess I don't need some money-grabbing, raggedy-ass, funky-ass coach. I guess I wouldn't. So it looks like I'm affecting this woman's bottom line. So all they do is try to find different ways to make themselves feel like they're necessary. Well, if you're just if you're just leaving your problems, but what? So you mean it? Let me tell you something. When somebody like me decides to leave a situation, that's me leaving the problem. It's not worthy of me trying to figure it out. That's what it means. If it was worthy of me trying to figure it out, worth my time, I would stick around and figure it out. If I deem whoever's acting a fool not worthy of my time, I forgive them, I keep it trucking. So again, your lousy, raggedy ass coaching is garbage, and all you're teaching people to do is allow the person that takes advantage of them to stay in their life. You don't want to do stuff like this, man. You don't need to allow people in your energy. If they acted a fool and you deemed it too much, that's it. You're cut off. You're done. Don't tell nobody that, yeah, you shouldn't do that. Says who? Says you, loser? I think's not. I think's not. I don't think that you're rich. I don't think that you're married. You know, if you're on here, especially if you're a narcissistic awareness coach, I mean, what is that anyway? What is a narcissist awareness coach? What is that? Somebody that went through it and is getting online, telling people how to heal? It's nothing. When I started my journey, that was the first thing I did. It's absolutely nothing. I've been going through 3 different narcissists, so I can tell you inside and out how they operate. But if I'm not telling you how to move forward in your life and get past that trauma, what am I doing? Trauma bonding with you, making sure you bring your asses back so you can get some more of my raggedy ass information. Just watch out for these raggedy ass coaches out here, man. You know, some of them don't have the best intent. You know what I'm saying? Some of them out here are really trying to get you to keep coming back, just like, you know, pharmaceutical companies, man. There is no money in a cure, okay? And if you're healing yourself and you're realizing, you know, I don't have to deal with people that don't seem to want to understand and respect my boundaries, I'm cutting you off. I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna cut you off. So what? You know how many people there are in this world? Man, there's plenty of people for you to end up with that respect your boundaries. You don't let somebody stay in your energy and play around with it and let them talk their way out of it. Nah. You cut them off, you keep it trucking. So when I hear one of these lame, and trust me, these narcissistic awareness coaches, they are not exempt. They are going to get cooked up. I'm working on it right now, getting some things together. You know, there needs to be checks and balances with these people because people do too much. You know what I'm saying? They do too much. And just like the readers out there that are doing too much, they're going to get a checks and balances by me. I'm going to get them reaction videos. I don't care that they're just raggedy ass, funky ass readers. Why am I doing it? Because I can. Because I can. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, these narcissistic awareness coaches, these people that look like they're 20 years older than they are, that project trauma and tell you, oh, the narcissist is big bad guy. And no, it's a traumatized individual that is stuck in a childlike mindset that doesn't take life serious enough. They're a victim. What you're not going to do is allow them to make you a victim as well. And anyone talking like, oh, they're the big bad guy. No, you are traumatized and never healed. And that narc is living rent free in your head and will forever live there. So I don't believe in that kind of stuff. You have to heal yourself. Heal yourself. You know, you can't sit there and go to a therapist when 9 times out of 10, we all know most therapists are narcissists. They're feeding off the energy of you going in there and them listening to your problem. I don't need listen. God gives you what you need to get over whoever. Get your raggedy, because I'll get off this live and I'll go and say, hey man, this is my house right here. Go to your house and get loud. I can be as loud as I want to be around my home. I ain't walking all the way down that road no longer being loud. Bring your goofy ass over here again. See, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, being nosy. They won't do it whenever they don't see me live. When I walk out here all the time, y'all. Only when they hear me being loud and let me see what that Negro's doing. Now you ain't gonna see shit. You ain't gonna see nothing. Mind your business. Or you can come up on me, you know what I'm saying, approach me whenever I'm not live and tell me, hey, I'm your neighbor. Don't be trying to be slick. I'm gonna call you out and put you on camera. Put your goofy ass on somewhere. I ain't got time for that shit. I'm always observing everything around me. Don't think you can walk up on me when I'm outside. What do you think I got the shades on for, dummy? It ain't that doggone bright out here. My eyes are always moving. Chill out. I'm talking about these goofy cornballs. Yeah, man, the trucks aren't, well, the cars are going by quick, but it's not the same guys. It's a Sunday, so they're getting ready for, you know, whatever they're going to do tomorrow. But these guys out here that's walking around, see, there's a trail. I just learned this from a neighbor. There's a trail, this old train track right here. It's a trail that people walk. And so I could be getting people that live way down the road walking up here. You know what I'm saying? But it's always some different person. But when they come from down that road right there, that's nothing but a neighborhood. So they've seen me out here multiple times driven by. So when they come out here whenever I'm going live, come on, man. You know what I mean? All day. That's the first time I'm going live, man. 3 dudes came out of nowhere. Are you serious? Chill out, man. I got stuff to do. And the last thing people need is a bunch of guys in the background trying to talk loud and shit. Go somewhere. I'll never hear nobody out here talking all bassy whenever I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time. But part of this video will be available on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But I got to get on here and I got to cook these narc awareness coaches because y'all are going to be first on the list. See, at least the readers, you know, I'm going to leave them be to a certain degree, some of them, because whenever, you know what I'm saying, my ex was doing whatever she did, like the way I kind of found my way into the spiritual community was like, I started watching those readers because she was watching them before she did what she did. And then I could see why she did what she did. Like, not, I couldn't see, but I could see her influence coming from these readers. They kept saying, oh, you got like an ex that you need to get back to. All kind of crazy stuff. But I was able to piece together what she did, how she ran away, and, you know, her sneaky link, you know, behavior based off of what those readers, you know, because I didn't know nothing about spirituality and stuff like that. So I kind of learned it, you know what I'm saying, as I went. But then I started noticing they were trying to influence, you know, people and me, and, you know, trying to tell us to give exes a chance. And it's like, wow, who cares about an ex, right? Then I started watching those narc awareness coaches, and they knew, you know, they know some stuff about narcissism, probably because most of them are, right? But then I started watching them. I'm like, man, why do they all look old? Like, I just look at stuff. I'm like, you know, I started looking their ages up. Some of these people, like around my age, you know, barely in their 40s, looking like they're in their 60s. And then whenever I was doing it, like I was a narc awareness coach for a little while on YouTube, I was getting a lot of views, but I was trauma bonding with these women. I felt like I was drained all the time. You know, women were like, you know, wanting me to coach them out of their situation. Half of them were calling me up, flirting with me. You know, I felt some type of way. I didn't know what I should do. So I just got out of the situation altogether, man. But I realized that when you're doing that kind of stuff, man, you're draining yourself. Like, that's why they look so old. Like, you can't get online and trauma bond with people and never help anybody. They're not really helping you. They're pointing out, okay, you had a bad guy in your life. You know what I'm saying? So you know, hopefully with no contact and got rid of them. Well, that's end of story. What other coaching is needed? What are we still talking about? Like, okay, so like once you get rid of the narc out of your life, and, you know, they don't never talk about the healing process after that and becoming better. And no, they're just always talking about the ex-narcs, and, you know, by you leaving the situation, you haven't healed from it. No, you leaving the situation and moving on with your life is the ultimate form of healing from it. And to get online and try to convince people otherwise, you're a fool and you're a clown, and I don't know what your intentions are. It's very silly to me. It don't make any sense. So again, I'm definitely going to cook most of you narcissistic awareness coaches with reaction videos, poking holes in all of your ideologies. Most of them are going to be going after the ones on YouTube. That one chick I had to block that keeps popping up in my feed, like this Jenny chick, you know what I'm saying? I might go ahead and cook her up in a couple of videos. I don't know, but I can't stand there. Every narc awareness coach I run across, they're monitoring spirit. And we're not talking about these monitoring spirits enough. You know, the people that never really lived certain things or never really gone through too much, but they observe everybody. They're in everybody's business and they have all the advice in the world, but they've never gone through it, because if they really went through it, they wouldn't be talking so badly and judging people so badly, and they would never do it like that. But these are those kind of people. You know what I'm saying? The monitoring spirit people, the ones that don't do nothing but watch people that went through it and look for holes in their arguments, like study them and look for holes in their arguments, and then trying to be clever about how they, you know, word, you know, their response to the way people live their lives without coming off like a hater. It's really crazy to me. I'm like, man, you said all that just to hate on people that leave people behind that they no longer deem worthy to be in their life. Like a whole 2-minute video where she just says all this bullshit where she's going in circles, you know, oh, well, you know, and you're cowardly if you just leave situations. And who says who? Says you? Says you? Who are you? Obviously somebody traumatized or somebody that loves people staying in their trauma. So, you know, trauma bonding, you ain't nobody to be worried about. I ain't never heard nobody else besides these narc awareness coaches who, if you were, you know, cutting out the narc out of your life and being happy, then the coaching is done. They can no longer make any money. You guys got to think about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they want you to heal yourself and cut out bad people? Why would they want you to stay around those bad people and let them in your life and try to understand and listen to them talk? And why would you listen to a fool? Why would you listen to a lying fool? You don't do that kind of stuff. You show a lying fool, you're a lying fool. You have no room in my life. I'm not going to listen to a word out of your mouth. So when you have some narc awareness coach telling you you're running away from your problem, says who? You're calling me a coward? Okay, that's your opinion, right? But I've also served 2 tours in Iraq in combat arms units. So what your definition of a coward, some people call a hero. So I don't care what you say to gaslight me. Do you see what I'm saying? Like using certain trigger words. What kind of coach are you, you know, Jenny, to use certain trigger words to try to, you know what I'm saying, cause someone to feel some type of way, you know, to want to listen to whatever you're saying more. Using words like coward and things of that nature, like, you really got to watch how you speak. How are you talking to people and calling them cowards for wanting to leave a situation with a person that's, you know, causing them